Hello, my awesome and amazing Scorpios. It's Mel with Blue Scorpion Tarot, here to bring you another general collective reading. Let's see what's going on in the overall energy dynamics. Calling upon the trusted ancestors of my Scorpio viewers and my Scorpio subscribers to bring in the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth through the power of the numbers. And so it is. And of course, rolling the dice to see what I need to shuffle the deck to. Power of number 3. Could see the Empress card kick in. Some of you could be dealing with a Pisces or an Aries born in the month of March. Power of number 11, we could see the Justice card, something about the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You could also be dealing with our astrological next door neighbor, Libra. Power of number 7, Chariot card may make its presence known. You may be dealing with a Cancerian or a Leo born in the month of July. But adding up the power of the numbers brings us to the number 21. My favorite power number. Can make or break a habit in 21 days. Okay, so power number 21 for the beautiful star sign of Scorpio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Trusted ancestors of my Scorpio viewers and my Scorpio subscribers, what is the overall general collective energy, please? What does Scorpio need to know at this moment in time? Show me what's up. What is this? Knight of Swords. Okay. Either you're rushing away or running away from something, Scorpio, or somebody's trying to run in your direction, or this could also be about you cutting ties. You know, it could be about you cutting ties with something or someone. Some of you Scorpios could be dealing with an air sign, an Aquarius, Libra, or possible Gemini. Oh, Queen of Swords. Somebody's going in that direction, and the Queen of Swords is kind of looking off in another direction. Okay. Something here about mental thought process and also communication. This could very well be true that some of you might have cut ties to certain people in your family, or you're gearing up to. This could also be a runner chaser type of situation where you could have given it your all, okay? Could have given it your all in a relationship. There was a breakdown in the energy timelines of your connection. Somebody was feeling left out, okay? Choice words were said, harsh words were said. There could have been an argument. Somebody could have broken up with you over text message, or they could have literally said it to your face. You never know. Or they just disappeared, kind of leaving you like, you know, dust in the wind. See all that blue? That's the throat chakra being activated. So something was said that somebody turned their back. You could be in the Queen of Swords and you turned your back on someone that basically could have been giving you breadcrumbs. That is true. It's not like we haven't had that energy before. And my Toto is acting up so early in the morning. Hi, baby girl. Do you want to come in here, please? Trusted ancestors, show me the overall energy of the Queen of Swords. There's a judgment call. Very Scorpio-onic energy. Excuse me for 1 second, please. Where'd you go? Come in the other room. Come on, hurry up. I'm recording. Okay. Gonna bring her here into the kitchen. Okay. Go lay down, baby girl. Okay. All right, so there was a major judgment call between you. You okay, sweetie? Okay. There was a major judgment call between you and this person or a family member. You had to do, Scorpio, if you find yourself in this situation, you had to do something probably maybe against your better judgment, maybe because of the way that you were raised. You could have been raised in a particular religion, you know, where it taught you X, Y, and Z reasons of how you should be with your family. You know, there could be a bunch of people right now that just don't care for your energy at this moment in time, but in truth, a lot of them are very narcissistic. They may think that you are the issue or that you are the problem. So you needed to, for some of you, to release your soul in a way to spirit to break trauma bonds. It's like, for those of you who follow Jesus, Jesus take the wheel. You know what I mean? So you had to do things, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of one of the videos that I had posted, I think it was a few days back or late last week, is that some of your friends or your family members pretty much made you the black sheep of the family. You never chose to be the black sheep, you know. You never chose to be the black sheep. You never chose to be different. You just know that, Scorpio, in truth, you are different. You are different than everybody else in your family. You don't think the same. You don't act the same. You have your own sense of individuality. And there could have been major judgment calls put on you by a mother figure that in turn, you're just like, you know what? No, I'm going in the other direction. Because something here about listening to your inner truth, listening to that inner voice, okay? So you had to make a judgment call in order to release yourself from some form of trauma bond. So whether this is with parents, if this was with a former lover, your siblings, religious organizations, political beliefs, whatever the case may be, you had to release yourself, okay? You had to release yourself from what was holding you back, because a lot of your friends and family members were holding you back. And all that you ever asked for in the past was for emotional support, hoping that your family members or your friends would actually recognize you for your true value, your worth, your presence, your essence of your overall human existence on this earth. Now, in some other cases, when we just talk about a romantic relationship, a lot of you had to release yourself from the trauma bonds. Some of you could have been gaslit, love bombed, discarded, triangulated, all of that, right? And however, here's somebody is sitting here, because you could find yourself, whether you're a masculine or a feminine Scorpio, you could find yourself basically in this Queen of Swords mode. thinking, contemplating. But another message that I'm hearing off of this Queen of Swords in this reading today is the fact that there's something here about education and knowledge. Learning and educating yourself, especially if you have been through abuse. Educating yourself on what narcissism is. Being able to effectively talk to somebody. Maybe you do have a therapist that you're going to. Maybe you have been considering going through some life coaching or going to a psychologist or psychotherapist, etc., in order to help you freely express yourself in a safe place. Because maybe right now, the way you're feeling, whoever ran away from you, Scorpio, because in truth, you could feel abandoned more so. It's maybe not you running away. It was more or less, I could look at it in the other direction. These family members or friends or former lovers or the exes, they ran away from you. You didn't run away from the situation, but you might have been faced to move in the other direction just because Spirit was telling you so, to release the emotional trauma bonds that have been going on for years and years and years, or months and months, days and days, weeks and weeks, whatever the case may be. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this, what this judgment call is, because for some of you, there's no going back. You know what I mean? There's no going back to where you came from. See, remember how I said about all of that blue? Now, right in through here, see all this green? This would be about your heart chakra being activated, okay? And for the longest time, you might have felt like your emotions, like your heart chakra area, see how the Queen of Swords has her heart locked up, okay? Protecting oneself, basically from the big bad wolves, okay? And so see all that green, and notice it's like the spirit of you coming through this heart chakra, like in through here, and it's like shooting straight up, releasement. Okay. And so you had to release the emotional trauma bonds, or are still in the process of releasing emotional trauma bonds from the things and the people that have held you back from becoming the better version of yourself. Message from Judgment. Yeah, to free your soul. Listen, look at this. Okay, so you see this yellow here? Okay, 9 of Cups. This is all about wish fulfillment. This is the solar plexus. Once you chose to go in the opposite direction, as difficult as that might have been, or they ran away from you, left you in a form of isolation, but during that period of isolation, you got educated. Hopefully you did. And if not, maybe you're in the process of educating yourself as far as the behavior patterns of what these people have done to you. So now this is like a major judgment call choice to release yourself from people who hold you back, that have been wanting to block you, block your success, block your romantic life, block your finances, etc. Spirit saying, release your soul, release your spirit to the divine. Allow the divine to take over. And that divine, in truth, is actually you. You are of the universal wisdom and source and supply. Okay? You're not separated. I've said this many times before. It's not like you're here and what you want is over here, because that creates separation, division. A lot of religious beliefs really, in truth, create division between us being spiritual beings, having a human experience, to separate us, to put us into this begging energy that we are not of source. How could we not be? we are that power. We've always been that power, but we have been coached and controlled, mind manipulated to feel the sense of separation like we're little peons. No, we're not. And this could also be how your family or your friends have, and your lovers have treated you before in the past. Because they're feeling, when you think about it, when they treated you that way, when they treated you the way that they did, they are the ones in truth that are feeding into that separation. If they knew that they were not separated in truth from source, they would not treat you the way that they have. Because then they bring in, quote unquote, their judgment and throw it out whichever way they can as a defense mechanism. Throw it out as a defense mechanism so that they themselves don't get hurt. And then it's like a false illusion of putting themselves in favor of, quote unquote, God, the universe, the source. If you understand where I'm going with this. The reason why they have treated you the way that they have is, in truth, they are the ones that are separated. They don't see the essence of being a part of the bigger picture, in truth, because they wouldn't be throwing their judgment calls out at you. So we go from this energy, when we look at, there's a story pattern through the numbers. There's a story pattern going on here. There's also a color theme going on. So the throat chakra, so we'll use Lady Fortuna here. So her throat chakra, her heart chakra, and her solar plexus, okay? I'm just using this as an example. So here's blue. So it would be blue, green, and then the solar plexus. So it's like working down. It's so interesting. It's like working down the chakra system. So what they're saying is right now, the throat, the heart, and the solar plexus, this all needs to be heavily activated. This needs more oomph. This needs more power so that you can experience true wish fulfillment, breaking the ties that bind. You could have felt chained or bound by guilt, because what do people who are in truth, they know or think that they're here and the universal supply is here, and that we have to beg, that we have to get on our bending knee in order to beg the universe to please choose me, please pick me, please pray for me. No, we pray for ourselves. People who are on the same, in truth, in real spiritual truth, the ones that are on the same level, they're going to understand that, because a lot of people say, oh, I'll pray for you. Okay, this is separate subject matter. People will say, oh, I'll pray for you. But in truth, we don't need people to pray for us. We can change and shift our reality through universal source, which is already within us. Once we claim the new wave of information and break free of the trauma bonds, that these people, friends, family members that have put us in because they make you feel like, you know, you're the scapegoat or whatever, and put the guilt, the shame, the blame on you, right? They created you into that black sheep. You know, we pray for ourselves. We are strong enough. We are, in truth, strong enough. It's society that makes us feel weak, because they are the ones experiencing, in truth, real separation from spirit. You could call it spirit, you can call it God, the goddess, whatever. They are conditioned. Once you broke free of the matrix of the mind, okay, you freed yourself, and maybe you're in this process of freeing yourself from the trauma bonds of being binded to the matrix. So certain things were said, you know, you did the best that you could in that moment for what spirit was telling you to do, because there, in truth, a lot of you have just gone through a lot of toxicities. So this wish fulfillment, the wish fulfillment is the reward. I don't say blessings, reward. Reward because you made a good choice or a conscious choice to put your freedom first, to free yourself, as difficult as that was, and break free of the toxic, traumatic people who have been in your life that have only amplified or boosted in your mind that you are separated, that you are not, you know what I mean, making you feel small, like who do you think you are? We're all in the same boat. No, we're not. Those who bust out of the matrix, we are not in the same boat. No, we're not. We're not in the same boat. You're different now. You've always been different. And you felt like maybe growing up, I have to keep up a certain image because of my family. I have to keep up a certain image because of my brothers, my sisters, my aunts, my uncles. We have a family last name, and we have to stay strong and don't go against the family and all of this stuff, or your ex-husbands or your ex-wives that put you in a form of bondage emotionally to make you feel like you're nothing and that you're only something if you stay with them, dictating to you to keep you in that matrix. You had to break free. And there's nothing wrong with breaking free. We're not all on the same path. We're not. Our journeys are, as individuals, every single journey, it's different. But there are people who have kept you trapped in this matrix, the matrix of energy, making you think that you're nothing, that you'll never mount up to anything, or who do you think you are? Oh my God. You know, I've heard that before. Who do you think you are? You know what that says? Like, your existence doesn't matter. That's the undertone of a message like that. Who do you think you are? It's very condescending. It's a binding type of energy too, to make you think that you're nothing, that your existence here on this earth doesn't matter. You are everything. You are everything. These people that throw out these nasty, narcissistic comments, or people will say, oh, that's just so-and-so, or this, don't feed into that. No. Choose to look in the other direction. Choose, maybe you're the one. It could be an opposite effect here. You could be the one that had to run away from whatever kept you chained or bound, or somebody told you off or threw a judgment call on you, thinking that they were better than you, and you could have just ran in the other direction. Or because your energy, because in truth, a queen is higher than a knight. A queen is higher than a knight. So you can be in a king or queen mode, and that is your true spiritual self, thinking, no, I'm going to listen to the higher calling, the higher power. I'm going to break free of this matrix of energy and get into my bliss, because I only have one life to live. It's amazing. But these people, they are not in truth. They are stuck in the matrix. And a lot of you spiritually woke up because of the abuse. Again, finding education, resources, knowledge, becoming stronger. Weak people, narcissistic people, don't like strong people. They don't. Unless if you are somebody who is prominent, then they'll kiss your ass, basically. Start understanding and reading between the lines with people and their text messages. Start looking at people and their social media posts. Start reading between the lines what people, the undertone, the undercurrent. Don't just take their post at face value. People who pretend like they're so humble, you know what I mean? But yet when you share, it's so amazing. It's like when you share something good on social media, it's like, isn't it amazing if you've ever been in this situation before where people will hit the like button on the dumbest shit ever. Stupid ass post. But if you're the type of person that posts something really good, or your creativity, or maybe you have some kind of status, maybe you're doing really well for yourself, and it's like you might get one or two people every now and then. That is an eye opener. That's an eye opener. That will show you people's jealousy right then and there. Here's the thing, you guys, prepare yourself. Because I've had to mentally prepare myself for this, because it is going to happen. I will be getting to a level of success when Spirit says, and that doesn't mean that I'm separate and Spirit is trying to command or dominate over me. Spirit is working through me to help me to understand when to make the right moves. That higher self, my higher self, which is connected to source. I am not separated from the God state or the goddess state of consciousness or the power of the universe. Spirit is been preparing me emotionally to realize that, and you may end up finding yourself in this position, and you could be going through it now. The more successful you become, the smaller and smaller and smaller your social circle will become. Okay? And it's true. Very true. People who pretend to be your friends, maybe you've hung out a few times, and yeah, we all get busy. Isn't it amazing how people just start doing some shady stuff behind your back? Like, I thought we were friends. Like, I thought you could tell me everything. You know what I mean? Or they leave you left out. Or they start randomly hanging out with other people, like all of a sudden out of nowhere, like people you know, and it's like, what? And then it like develops a clique. Spirit is preparing you through your trials and your tribulations, through the sense of separation. The only separation that's going on here, and it's a good one at that, to separate you from these toxic, narcissistic people who never had, in truth, your back. They did the bare minimum. They did the bare minimum. Your soul is calling you, in truth, to release completely over to the divine. That doesn't mean that the divine is going to kind of, try to control or manipulate you. No, free yourself to the ethers. You know what I mean? Your spirit, your mentality, these traumas, release the trauma. I got goosebumps. I got goosebumps going up my thighs right now. Release the pain and the trauma. This takes time. It takes practice. You will go through mental triggers. You will go through these, and I've been in this, where you have like these mental arguments in your head with that person and this person who affected your life, or former lover, or an ex, or your mother, your father, your siblings, whatever. Okay. Release these traumas to spirit, become stronger than, become greater than these people who are choosing to stay in the matrix, that do not know how to wake up. And we have to come to that acceptance that they are not going to wake up. They're not going to wake up to what pure God, source, God consciousness really truly is. We have one life in our human existence to live out to our fullest, to the best life possible. We are not here to entertain nor cater to people who drag us down, the ones who give you the condescending comments, the ones that are very egotistical, the ones who are going to admit that they're an a-hole, the ones that, you know what I mean? But yet they don't change. By choosing to entertain those types of people, the ones that are they're trauma bonded, we'll say, to the matrix, okay? They're trauma bonded to the matrix of time and space and conditioning. But that's not you, right? That's not you. And the more you feed into these people, you're going to stay stuck forever. You don't want to carry, when it is your time to leave this beautiful earth, you don't want to take that energy over into the next life. You don't. By feeding into everybody's garbage. You don't want to do that. You are unique. You're an individual. A lot of you are in your adult years, your 40s, your 50s, your 60s. You're still trying to figure out who you are, right? And guess what? It's okay. Some of you are in your early 20s, late 20s, early 30s, latter 30s. Going through your trials or tribulations, again, trying to figure out who you are, what you're made of, what is next. Give yourself some time. Takes a few times to walk around the block to get experience. But you're not alone. You are not alone. There's so many people out there that are suffering, okay, and trying to get their heart out of this lockbox, this prison, to free that heart chakra to the divine in order to have real bliss, your essence, the true essence of who you are as an individual. It's very powerful. Notice when you're feeding into the narcissistic supply, and remember, it will keep you stuck in the matrix of a very toxic timeline of space, okay? The more you feed into them, the more you feed into the games, the mind games, the manipulation, the gaslighting, believing. Do you know what I'm saying? The more you feed into that, the more you entertain that, you are keeping you're keeping yourself stuck in the matrix. The divine has bigger plans. The divine the plans are already within you. The divine, the higher energy, the higher power, if you believe in a higher power, is working with you intuitively to trust your gut pull, to trust your gut instincts. Do not throw yourself back into the lion's den, Scorpio, of the vultures, the dirty birds, etc. They will guilt trip you. They will try to flub you up. They'll talk behind your back. Ask any life coach that teaches on trauma bonds, scapegoating, people in your family, your friends, your exes, whatever, that have made you feel a particular way. They will make you feel so guilty. Remember, they're stuck in the matrix. They don't know the difference. They are stuck in the 3D reality. You're better than that, and you know it. My awesome and amazing Scorpios. If you would like to book a personal reading with me and do it through the power of the numbers, you can hit me up at bluescorpiongifts@gmail.com, and my amazing assistant, Victoria, will book you for that personal reading. But until next time, take care.